everybody, and welcome back to the channel, where it's been a little while since we last did a speed drawing. I know that's a lie, but we're here anyway, so let's get back into it, shall we? This was a request from one of my Patreons, James Salter, once again over on Twitch and also as a Patreon video. Thank you so much. It makes my life so much easier when I know exactly what people want me to make, so here we are. I drew Diddy Kong for the same person, and now we're drawing his father. I think it's his father, Donkey Kong, or brother or something. I can't remember. I did cover it, but I have the memory of a sieve at the moment. It's been a long 2024. I don't know about you guys. I know we're only in February. I've just sat and watched the batch premiere. It's so good. Love those 3 episodes. I want more, and I'm pissed that other people have got to see the first 8 episodes. But anyway, I'm not popular enough for that. I understand it. But that's not what we're here about. We're here to talk about the famous monkey of gaming, or at least I believe he's one of the most famous monkeys of gaming. He's also probably one of the oldest, from the 1970s. Yes, you heard that right. He's an old timer. I always find it funny when I remind people that Nintendo is nearly 100 years old and started off as a toy company. Amazing, one of the oldest gaming companies in the world, and a lot of people don't remember that. It's just so much fun to think of. But here we are, Donkey Kong. Obviously, we all know that Donkey Kong is a Mario villain. Well, I say villain, a Mario enemy? Yeah, villain, and they sometimes work together. I mean, they're friends sometimes they're not. I still have to watch the most recent movie to see if they're friends, because the trailer kind of hints that they are, but they aren't, but they are. Oh gosh, it's so confusing. It's so fun though. I still need to do a reaction video on the original 1980s New Super Mario Brothers film, because that's also been a request on Patreon, which was quite fun. I watched it once, but I was so sick when I watched it. I'm still not sure if what I remember is a fever dream or not. I literally remember one scene where they're in the sewers, and that's it. But anyway, something a lot of people don't realise is that obviously Nintendo is a Japanese company, but it shifted its focus from producing toys and playing cards to arcade games following the 1973 oil crisis, because it increased the costs of manufacturing toys. And with the success of Taito's Space Invaders, in 1980 it first released Radar Scope, a Space Invaders style shoot 'em up. It was, however, a commercial failure, but it did mean that they were a newly established subsidiary of Nintendo America, which means that Minoru Arakawa asked his father-in-law, the Nintendo CEO Hiroshi Yamauchi, to provide a new game that could salvage the unsold Radar Scope cabinets. Most of Nintendo's top developers were preoccupied, so the task went to Shigeru Miyamoto, a first-time game designer. Originally, Miyamoto settled on a love triangle between the characters of Bluto, Popeye, and Olive Oil from the Popeye franchise, but Nintendo couldn't obtain those licenses. Bluto evolved into a gorilla, an animal Miyamoto said was nothing too evil or too repulsive, and he named the character Donkey Kong. Donkey to convey stubborn, and Kong to imply gorilla. Popeye became Mario, the new protagonist, while Olive Oil became Pauline, the damsel in distress. Miyamoto named Beauty and the Beast and the 1933 film King Kong as influences, which is pretty obvious. And as he lacked programming expertise, he consulted technicians on whether his concepts were possible. 4 programmers from Ikegami Tsushinki spent 3 months turning Miyamoto's concept into a finished game. Donkey Kong, of course, is one of the earliest platform games ever, following Mario as he ascends a construction site to rescue his darling Pauline from Donkey Kong. It was released in 1981 and became Nintendo's first major international success. It garnered a windfall of $280 million, which rescued Nintendo of America from its financial crisis and established it as a prominent brand in America. Donkey Kong achieved further success in 1982 when Nintendo released a Game & Watch version and licensed it for ports to home consoles. So pretty much Nintendo managed to save themselves on the creation of Donkey Kong and Mario. And unfortunately, I kind of think that Mario gets more of the love than Donkey Kong does, because if Donkey Kong wasn't there, there wouldn't have been a game as much. So I think Donkey Kong really, really needs some love and affection. Probably not from me though, because I don't play Nintendo games nearly as much as I should. God damn you, Bayonetta. I love you so much. Anyway, as always, thank you so much for watching. I do hope you enjoyed this video and you didn't mind the purring that was probably in the background, because Growler has a bass that apparently lines up with my voice. I will see you next time, everybody, where we're continuing on with Project 05. I figured as we've finished 4, we might as well finish 5. So take care, everybody. Have fun, and I'll see you next time. Goodbye.